The internet is in absolute chaos right now, and if you've been anywhere near social media, you already know why. Tasha K has done it again. In what's being called one of the wildest live streams of the year, the outspoken YouTuber dropped a bombshell so big, it sent the love and hip-hop world into meltdown mode. Within minutes, her name was trending across platforms, comments were flying, and fan pages lit up like wildfire. The question on everyone's lips? Did she really just expose Mendeecees and Yandy with DNA proof? Tasha didn't waste a second setting the stage. She went live with that signature confidence. Glass of wine in hand, voice sharp, eyes locked on the camera. And with that slow, deliberate tone she's famous for, she said, "Y'all been believing lies for years. But I got receipts, real ones." Just like that, the internet lost control. Clips from the stream flooded TikTok before the live even ended. Bloggers scrambled to screen record every second. Twitter, or X as it's now called, became a battlefield. Half the users demanded proof. The other half swore they already believed her. Tasha K receipts, DNA proof, and Mendeecees exposed trended for hours. For longtime fans of love and hip-hop, this wasn't just gossip. It felt personal. Mendeecees and Yandy have been the couple people rooted for through everything: prison time, public scrutiny, and the messy world of reality TV. Their love story was supposed to be the one that survived the chaos. But tonight, that illusion was cracking. The most shocking part? Tasha hinted that she had documents, not rumors, not screenshots, but certified DNA results. She didn't name names directly, but her tone said it all. The pauses, the side eye, the way she kept saying, "When y'all see it, don't say I didn't warn you." Within an hour, reaction videos were popping up left and right. Fans analyzed every word, every expression. People started connecting dots that maybe didn't even exist. And somewhere in the middle of all that noise, silence. Silence from Yandy, silence from Mendeecees, and that silence spoke louder than any statement ever could. When Tasha K says she has receipts, the internet listens. And this time, she made sure everyone understood she wasn't talking about screenshots or gossip. During her now viral live, she leaned into the camera, eyes burning with that mix of confidence and mischief that only Tasha can pull off, and said, "Y'all been fooled for too long. I got DNA proof, official, certified, and court-stamped." That one line sent shockwaves through the entire love and hip-hop fan base. For years, people had whispered rumors, but nothing this bold, this specific, or this personal had ever come straight from Tasha's mouth. She spoke with the tone of someone who knew she was sitting on a truth that could end reputations. As her words echoed across timelines, fans paused mid-scroll. She didn't show the document, not yet, but she described it just enough to spark a storm of speculation. "It's all in black and white," she teased. "And when it comes out, a lot of people gonna owe me an apology." The chat went wild. Thousands flooded her comments, demanding names. Was it about Mendeecees? Was Yandy the one being lied to? Or was she part of the lie? Every sentence Tasha dropped was a breadcrumb, and the internet chased every one of them like it was gospel. Reaction videos started appearing in real time, dissecting her tone, her pauses, even her outfit choice, as if every detail hid a clue. What made this moment even more electric was Tasha's history. Her reputation for being unfiltered, unbothered, and often right. Fans who had doubted her before remembered how she'd dropped major receipts in the past that later turned out to be true. Others warned caution, reminding everyone of her messy feud history and legal drama, but that only added more spice to the moment. People wanted to believe her, not because they trusted her, but because chaos sells. And no one delivers chaos like Tasha K. Within an hour of the live, blogs were writing headlines like "Tasha K exposes love and hip-hop DNA scandal" and "Is Yandy living a lie?" You could almost feel the collective gasp ripple across social media. Yet through all the noise, one fact remained. Tasha hadn't shown the paperwork. Not yet. But the way she promised it, "Y'all gon' see soon," sounded less like a warning and more like a countdown. And if history has taught us anything, when Tasha K starts counting down, something explosive is about to drop. The moment Tasha K ended her live, the internet went into full-blown meltdown mode. It wasn't just a few curious fans talking, it was an all-out digital wildfire. Screenshots of her statements spread faster than the truth could catch up. And before long, every gossip page, reaction channel, and Twitter thread had something to say. Hashtags like Mendeecees exposed, Yandy lied, and Tasha receipts climbed straight to the top of trending lists. TikTok was flooded with split-screen reactions, dramatic voiceovers, and users trying to piece together timelines from old Love and Hip Hop episodes. Some fans swore they had always sensed something was off, claiming they read it in Yandy's body language years ago, while others defended her fiercely, calling Tasha a clout chaser stirring old wounds for clicks. YouTube commentators jumped in almost immediately, doing hour-long breakdowns of every second of Tasha's live, freezing the frame to analyze her expressions and decoding the tone behind each cryptic pause. The chaos wasn't just in the comments, it became a culture-wide conversation. Even those who didn't watch Love and Hip Hop suddenly had an opinion, pulled in by the drama and the promise of a secret exposed. Twitter Spaces turned into debate panels, with fans arguing whether Tasha had gone too far, or if she was finally shining a light on long-buried truths. The emotional energy online was split straight down the middle, half disbelief, half excitement. Some begged for receipts, others begged for mercy. Memes started pouring in within hours, one showing Yandy refreshing her phone every 5 seconds, another comparing Tasha to a digital judge and jury. Even celebrities quietly weighed in with cryptic tweets, fanning the flames without saying a word. By midnight, it was clear this wasn't just another rumor cycle. It was a cultural moment. Everyone wanted to be part of the discovery, the exposure, the reveal. But behind the jokes and viral edits was a darker undercurrent. What if this wasn't just entertainment? What if a family was being ripped apart in real time, and the whole world was watching like it was a show? As the noise online reached deafening levels, Yandy Smith chose a weapon more powerful than words: silence. While the internet screamed her name and dissected every detail of Tasha K's live, Yandy's social media went still. No responses, no denials, no cryptic captions, just quiet. For someone usually open about her life and emotions, that silence hit different. Fans noticed instantly. Her last post, a motivational quote about loyalty being tested in silence, suddenly took on a deeper meaning. People filled her comments with questions, accusations, and prayers all at once. "Say something, Yandy," one user wrote, while another replied, "Her silence says it all." For every second she didn't speak, the rumors grew louder. You could almost feel the tension building, not just online, but in her world too. Insiders whispered that Yandy was devastated but strategic, weighing her next move carefully. After all, in the world of love and hip-hop, every reaction becomes a headline. Some sources claimed she was leaning on her close friends, staying offline, and protecting her peace while the storm raged outside. Others believed her silence meant confirmation, that maybe, just maybe, Tasha's claims weren't as baseless as many hoped. Every fan became a detective, analyzing her likes, her story views, even the time she last logged in. The narrative twisted with every hour she stayed quiet. Still, there was something powerful about her restraint, as if she understood that once you speak, you can't take it back. Maybe she was gathering facts. Maybe she was protecting her kids. Or maybe she was just trying to breathe while the world dissected her marriage in real time. Meanwhile, gossip channels begged for an exclusive, tabloids refreshed her profiles by the minute, and YouTube creators uploaded Yandy's response coming soon videos that had no response at all. In a world addicted to instant reactions, Yandy's silence became the loudest headline of them all. Because sometimes, when you say nothing, the world imagines everything. And that imagination can be far more dangerous than the truth. While Yandy's silence echoed across social media, all eyes began turning toward Mendeecees, the man at the center of the storm. For years, he'd been seen as the reformed family man, the loyal husband who overcame prison, fame, and temptation to stand by his wife. But now, Tasha K's claims had people questioning everything they thought they knew about him. Old clips from Love and Hip Hop resurfaced, replayed in slow motion as fans analyzed every facial expression, every awkward pause, every argument that suddenly seemed to carry new meaning. "Look at his body language," one fan tweeted. He was hiding something even back then. Reaction pages spliced together old confessionals with dramatic captions like, "Was Mendeecees always this distant?" And the signs were there all along. The internet began rewriting his story in real time, from devoted husband to potential deceiver. Mendeecees, usually calm and measured, posted nothing. No denials, no clarifications, no statements. Just the same eerie quiet as Yandy. Some insiders claimed he was furious behind the scenes, insisting the DNA talk was nonsense, while others suggested he was too stunned to respond. The silence only fueled the fire. Fans debated whether his reputation as a changed man was genuine or just good PR. The narrative shifted quickly from love to suspicion, from admiration to judgment. Even old acquaintances began resurfacing in interviews, offering vague comments like, "Mendeecees is a good dude, but everybody got secrets." That line alone set social media ablaze. It was the kind of uncertainty that thrives online. No facts, just enough doubt to keep everyone talking. Meanwhile, his image as a devoted father and husband, something he had rebuilt over years, started to crack under the weight of speculation. Every family photo, every old video, every quote about loyalty became a potential clue in a story that might not even be true. But perception is power, and right now perception was turning against him fast. Whether he was innocent or not didn't even matter anymore. Because in the court of public opinion, silence often sounds a lot like guilt. Just when the drama seemed like it couldn't get any messier, Jasmine Washington, the woman whose name had been tangled with Mendeecees' past, stepped back into the spotlight. Her reappearance wasn't loud, but it was perfectly timed. One simple post on Instagram, a photo of her son with the caption, "The truth always finds its way to the light," sent the internet into chaos all over again. Within minutes, that post was screenshotted, shared, and dissected across every gossip blog and YouTube page. Was she confirming Tasha K's claims? Was she throwing shade? Or was she just tired of being silent while the world debated her child's DNA? The ambiguity was gasoline on an already raging fire. Fans started connecting dots that might not have even existed, pulling up old interviews, comparing timelines, and even revisiting court documents that had long been forgotten. Some commenters applauded Jasmine for finally standing in her truth, while others accused her of chasing relevance on the back of a scandal. But no matter the motive, her post shifted the narrative again. Now it wasn't just about Yandy and Mendeecees. It was about the possibility that an innocent child had been at the center of a hidden truth for years. YouTubers released new videos titled, "Jasmine Speaks: The Missing Piece of the Puzzle," and Twitter became a battlefield of speculation and sympathy. Jasmine's confidence in that single caption made people wonder if she knew something everyone else didn't. Even those who doubted Tasha K's original claims began to hesitate. Because now, the woman directly linked to the alleged story had entered the chat. And with that, silence was no longer an option for anyone involved. The drama had evolved from rumor to confrontation, from whispers to direct implication. Yandy's silence, Mendeecees' calm, and Jasmine's subtle message created a perfect storm of tension. The audience didn't just want answers anymore, they demanded them. But behind every trending hashtag and viral post was a family, a child, and a legacy hanging in the balance. The truth, and whatever it was, and no longer belonged to them. It belonged to the internet. By the time the internet caught its breath, everyone wanted one thing: the receipts. Tasha K had promised DNA proof, and the world was waiting to see if she'd really deliver. Screenshots, voice notes, blurred documents. Fans began circulating anything that looked remotely like evidence, whether verified or not. Some claimed they saw legal papers. Others swore they had inside sources confirming everything. But as usual in the world of viral drama, the line between fact and fiction blurred faster than anyone could keep up. Tasha K, never one to back down from a moment like this, started teasing on her channel again. not confirming everything, but dropping cryptic hints like, "If they keep talking, I'll release the rest." That one line alone sent shockwaves through the YouTube gossip world. Comment sections exploded with arguments. She wouldn't risk it if it wasn't true. Tasha been lying before, y'all forget? Analysts, bloggers, and even digital detectives started comparing alleged documents to real public records, trying to match dates and names. But with every new leak, the situation got murkier. Was Tasha really holding undeniable proof? Or was this just another masterclass in manipulation, a game of suspense to keep her numbers soaring? Even those who wanted to believe her started to hesitate, realizing that no solid evidence had actually surfaced. Still, the mere idea that she might have proof was enough to keep everyone hooked. The psychology of it was fascinating. The power of a claim in an age where proof almost didn't matter. Memes mocked fans for doing FBI work on Instagram, while others called out the toxicity of celebrating someone's pain for entertainment. But deep down, everyone was waiting for that one bombshell, the receipt that would either validate Tasha's entire story or expose her as the ultimate provocateur. In a way, the truth became secondary. The spectacle itself had taken over. Whether it was real or fake no longer mattered. The narrative had already been written, the public had already chosen sides, and the damage, emotional and reputational, was already done. Because in today's digital courtroom, the first person to drop receipts doesn't need to be right. They just need to be loud. As the drama deepened, something bigger than gossip began to unfold. The fan base itself started to fracture. Love and hip-hop's once loyal community split into two fierce camps, Team Yandy and Team Tasha. Social media turned into a digital battleground, with fans defending their chosen side like it was a personal cause. Hashtags like "Year Protect Yandy" and "Year Tasha K's Right" flooded timelines, creating a non-stop war of opinions. Those on Yandy's side painted her as a victim of relentless smear tactics, a woman who had given her life to family, business, and community, only to be publicly humiliated without proof. "She's too classy to respond," one fan posted, echoing the belief that silence equals strength. Meanwhile, Tasha's supporters applauded her courage for speaking truth to power, insisting that no one goes this hard without having real evidence. Threads on Reddit and Twitter turned into forensic investigations, with users citing timestamps, past interviews, and minor details from years-old episodes as if they were case files. YouTube became the new courtroom, with content creators dropping hour-long breakdown videos, analyzing tone, facial cues, and body language. And while the debate raged online, something more human was happening underneath. Fans weren't just choosing sides. They were projecting their own experiences with betrayal, loyalty, and deception onto the story. For some, Yandy represented the woman wronged. For others, Tasha embodied the truth-teller society always tries to silence. Friendships online fractured, comment sections got uglier, accusations flew, and even neutral voices got drowned out in the noise. What started as entertainment now felt personal. People weren't just watching the drama. They were living it, emotionally invested in who was right and who was lying. And somewhere in all that chaos, the original issue, the alleged DNA revelation, became almost secondary. The focus had shifted from facts to feelings, from receipts to reactions. The divide wasn't just about two women anymore. It was about what each represented in a culture obsessed with authenticity and exposure. The internet had picked its fighters, and neither side was backing down. In the age of viral truth, belief itself had become the new reality, and the fandom was the battlefield. When the story grew too big for social media to contain, mainstream media swooped in, and that's when things truly exploded. What started as a messy YouTube scandal suddenly hit the front pages of gossip columns, entertainment shows, and even morning news segments. Headlines like "Love and Hip Hop Scandal, DNA Drama Shakes the Franchise," and "Tasha K versus Yandy, Truth or Clout" dominated timelines and TV screens alike. Journalists who once dismissed YouTube gossip were now quoting it, blending speculation with reporting, chasing the clicks that controversy guaranteed. Talk shows debated whether Tasha's claims represented bold journalism or reckless defamation, while celebrity blogs ran with every scrap of rumor they could find. Producers at Love and Hip Hop reportedly went into panic mode, reviewing contracts, preparing statements, and even hinting that the next season might address the chaos head-on. Suddenly, what had been online chatter became an official talking point, one that brands, publicists, and networks could no longer ignore. Publicists scrambled behind the scenes, trying to contain the fallout, while entertainment lawyers quietly circled, anticipating the next move. Some news outlets reached out to Yandy's reps for comment, but the silence persisted, making the story even juicier. Meanwhile, Tasha K began giving selective interviews, leaning into the attention with her trademark confidence, saying just enough to keep the cameras rolling without giving everything away. The media machine took that silence and turned it into suspense, framing Yandy as the fallen queen of reality TV and Tasha as the defiant disruptor. Even casual viewers who hadn't followed Love and Hip Hop for years found themselves intrigued, pulled into the scandal by its mix of reality, rumor, and raw emotion. The story had transcended entertainment. It was now part of pop culture discourse. Analysts debated its impact on celebrity transparency, digital accountability, and the ethics of exposure for profit. The lines between journalism and gossip blurred beyond recognition. And once again, the court of public opinion held all the power. Every headline, every interview, every tweet became a new layer in a narrative too big to control. And through it all, one question echoed louder than ever. In a world where everyone has a platform, who really controls the truth? As the dust began to settle, the chaos left behind told its own story. One of broken trust, blurred lines, and irreversible consequences. What started as an online shockwave had now become a cultural moment, forcing everyone involved to confront the cost of digital truth-telling. Yandy's once perfect image as the strong, loyal wife and businesswoman now carried cracks, not from confirmed facts, but from endless speculation that refused to fade. Mendeecees, too, faced the weight of public judgment, his silence interpreted 100 different ways by millions who didn't know him personally, but felt entitled to his truth. Tasha K, meanwhile, basked in the storm she created. Her subscriber count soared, her interviews trended, but her credibility hung in the balance like a flickering light. She had played the internet's favorite game, exposure, and won the attention war, but at what cost? Even her supporters began questioning whether the line between justice and exploitation had been crossed. Behind the screens, real lives were still unfolding, children caught in the middle, families trying to heal while strangers debated their reality for entertainment. The frenzy that once felt thrilling began to feel heavy, like the hangover after too much chaos. Slowly, the hashtags died down, reaction videos got fewer views, and the internet's obsession shifted to the next scandal. But for those at the heart of it, the damage didn't fade with the algorithm. Reputations had changed forever. Some lessons lingered about the power of silence, the danger of assumption, and how easily empathy disappears in the age of viral truth. Fans began to reflect too, realizing how quickly they'd believed, shared, and judged without ever knowing the full story. Tasha hinted that she still had one more card to play, but by then, most people weren't sure they wanted to see it. The chaos had given way to exhaustion, and what remained was the sobering reality of how far the culture of exposure had come, and how human it still was underneath it all. Because when the lights dim and the timeline's quiet, one truth always remains. Rumors fade, receipts get forgotten, but the scars of public scrutiny never really heal.